In the stillness of a New Hampshire forest, a rusted barrel rests beneath the trees, forgotten, weathered, quiet. Inside were two bodies, a woman, a little girl, wrapped in plastic, discarded like trash. No names, no IDs, no reports of anyone missing, just silence and questions. 15 years later, another barrel, same forest, same method. Two more children, 4 victims, one forest, no suspects, no leads, no answers. For decades, they were known only by what was done to them, not by who they were. But time, as it turns out, isn't always loyal to secrets. And this time, DNA remembered what everyone else had forgotten. November 1985. A hunter walks through the woods near Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. He stops beside a pile of brush. Something metal catches his eye. A 55-gallon drum lying on its side. It smells of rot inside, the remains of a woman and a young girl. Their bodies wrapped in plastic, their bones stained by time. The barrel had been there for years, just yards away from a trail. Steps from where families walked, no one noticed. Investigators combed the forest. No clothing tags, no fingerprints, nothing to tell them who these two people were or why they had died. The autopsy was clear. Blunt force trauma to the head, murder. But the rest? Nothing. No missing persons reports, no signs of a struggle. No one came forward. They were buried as Jane. Does one adult, one child, no connection to the town? No one in Allenstown seemed to know them. Then, the case went quiet. And for 15 years, the forest kept its secret until someone went looking again. A state trooper returns to Bear Brook. Same woods, same trail. But this time, he brings a fresh set of eyes deeper in the brush. Another barrel, same size, same shape, same silence. Inside, 2 more children. Both girls, both wrapped in plastic, left to decay in the forest. They hadn't been there recently. The decomposition told a different story. These children had died around the same time as the first 2, back in the 1980s, and somehow, no one had found them. For 15 years, they lay there just 100 feet from the first barrel. 4 victims, all female, 2 barrels, 1 forest. The connection was immediate. Same method, same concealment, same brutality. But who were they? And why here? Forensic teams began the work, measuring bones, analyzing teeth, searching for anything to hold on to. The adult woman, likely in her 20s or 30s. The girls, one around 10. The others, younger, maybe 3 or 4. All malnourished, all beaten, all left without names. Facial reconstructions were released to the public, sketched, modeled, rendered. But no one recognized them. Databases were searched. Missing persons, dental records, no matches. Investigators looked at everything. Migration patterns, isotope tests, even the air and water trapped in their bones. The evidence pointed to the Northeast, maybe Massachusetts. But that was it. Years passed, dozens of leads, hundreds of dead ends. They were called the Allenstown 4. But that name meant nothing, because no one knew who they had been, only how they died. And the man who put them there was already far away. In California, a little girl is abandoned at a trailer park. The man who left her behind gives his name as Curtis Kimball. He disappears. Years later, he's arrested again, this time as Larry Vanner. Different state, different face, Same man. Authorities take his fingerprints. They run the DNA of the little girl he claimed to be the father of. She wasn't his daughter. He had lied. The woman she was taken from, Denise Baudin, had vanished in 1981. She was never seen again. No body, no trace. The man she had last been with. He'd gone by Bob Evans back then. Kimball, Venner, Evans, all aliases, all masks worn by one man. Eventually they find his real name, Terry Peter Rasmussen, a drifter, an alcoholic, a violent, manipulative presence drifting from coast to coast. Women disappeared after meeting him, children too, and behind him, a pattern of silence and barrels. By 2017, forensic genealogy was still new, unproven, unpredictable. But investigators had nothing left to lose. They took DNA from the Bear Brook victims and sent it to a lab, not just to identify them, but to find their relatives. It worked. Bit by bit, family trees began to form. Some small, some stretching back generations. One of the girls in the barrels, the middle child, was Rasmussen's biological daughter. He had killed her, just like the others. The woman found with her. She wasn't related. Neither were the other two children, 3 victims with no ties to him, and one who shared his blood. That was the first confirmed link between Terry Rasmussen and Bear Brook. And it wouldn't be the last. In 2019, more than 3 decades after the first barrel, they finally had names. The adult woman, Marlise Honeychurch, disappeared in 1978. She had been dating Rasmussen. The 2 youngest girls were her daughters, Marie Vaughn, age 7, and Sarah McWaters, just 11 months old. The third girl, Rasmussen's biological child, remains unnamed. No one knows who her mother was, only that she lived and died in his orbit. Marlise had taken her daughters to visit family for Thanksgiving. She was never seen again. Rasmussen had been with her. He told her family off, stormed out, and vanished. Now we know where they went. He moved them from California to New Hampshire, and sometime after that, put them in barrels. The silence of the forest wasn't random. It was calculated. Rasmussen would later die in prison in 2010, serving time under yet another name. He never confessed, never gave answers, but DNA did.